Have you ever found yourself snapping at your partner for the smallest things? Have you ever looked at your reflection and wondered what happened to the vibrant, joyful version of yourself that once believed in love, partnership, and shared dreams? And have you ever questioned if marriage was supposed to feel this heavy, this lonely, this draining? Welcome back to the channel where we talk honestly about life, relationships, and the emotional truths many people are afraid to say out loud. If you're watching this today, you're in for a story that's not just powerful, it's necessary. Because today, we're diving into a story that holds up a mirror to many women's lives. It's about emotional exhaustion in marriage, about losing yourself while trying to be everything for everyone, and about the moment when you realize something's got to change. The name was Clara, woman like many others, hard-working, gentle, kind, married young, to a man he believed he would grow old with. Together, they built a life, a modest home, 2 children, daily routines filled with groceries, dishes, school pickups, and work deadlines. From the outside, everything seemed fine. But on the inside, Clara was collapsing. He wasn't unhappy because of one major event, or betrayal, or abuse, just a slow erosion of self. Day after day, he gave and gave, until there was nothing left of her to give to herself. Her mornings began before everyone else's and ended long after the house was quiet. He cooked, cleaned, helped with homework, managed bills, supported her husband's career, listened to her children's needs, smiled at family gatherings, and kept it all together. Yet, he began to feel an unexplained irritation. The sound of her husband's voice grated on her nerves. Her children's laughter, one's music to her ears, started to feel like noise. He started sighing more, crying in the shower, hiding in the laundry room just to have a moment of silence. He felt guilty for feeling this way. After all, wasn't this the life he wanted? But here's the truth: when a woman gives endlessly and receives nothing in return, her soul begins to starve. What Clara was experiencing wasn't just stress, it was emotional depletion. It was the silent scream of someone who had been invisible for too long. Her husband didn't notice, not because he didn't care, but because he never said anything. Like many women, Clara believed that love meant sacrifice, that being a good wife meant not complaining, that a mother's job was to put herself last. So he smiled, until the day he couldn't anymore. It was a regular evening. Dinner was on the table. Her husband came home late, said nothing, and scrolled on his phone. Her son asked where his sports uniform was. The daughter spilled juice on the floor, and Clara just stood there, none. Then, quietly, he walked out the door, yelling, "Oh drama, just a quiet exit to the car." He sat in the driver's seat and cried for 2 hours. At night, something shifted. He realized he wasn't living, he was surviving. The next morning, he made changes, small at first. He told her husband, "I'm exhausted," not angrily, but honestly. He asked him to handle dinner twice a week. He told her children, "Mom needs rest too." He signed up for a painting class he'd once dreamed about. First, her family was confused and annoyed, but eventually, they adjusted. They began to notice her, to thank her, to participate, to appreciate. And Clara began to return to herself. This story isn't just about Clara. It's about countless women who wake up every day and carry the invisible weight of everyone else's needs, who slowly become shadows in their own homes, who start to resent the very people they love because they've forgotten how to love themselves. Marriage doesn't ruin a woman, but self-neglect does. Let's be honest, any women were raised to believe that love means service, that being a good wife means always giving in, keeping quiet, staying pleasant. But when love becomes obligation, when giving becomes expected, when your needs are always posted up tons left of you, emotional irritability in marriage isn't always about your partner. Sometimes it's your soul asking, when will I matter too? When you ignore your own needs for too long, they don't go away. They come back louder through anger, fatigue, sadness, bitterness. You might start snapping over dishes in the sink, not because of the dishes, but because you haven't had a moment to breathe all day. You might cry over a misplaced sock, not because of the sock, but because no one ever asks how you're doing. You might feel jealous of your single friends, not because you don't love your family, but because you forgot how to be free. And let's talk about the mental load, the invisible checklist women carry every day. You remember birthdays, you schedule doctor appointments, you refill the fridge, you make sure the school project is done, you plan the holidays, you soothe the tantrums, you monitor the moods of the house. And somehow, you're told that you don't work or that you're just home. You are the emotional architect of your home, the manager, the caregiver, the heartbeat. But who takes care of you? Here's what every woman needs to hear. You don't need to burn out to prove your love. You don't need to be exhausted to be worthy. You don't need to disappear to be a good wife or mother. You are allowed to have space, rest, to say no, to do something just for yourself. And if your partner doesn't understand that, it's time to talk, not with blame, but with clarity. Say, I love this family, but I'm drowning and I can't pour from an empty cup. Good partner will listen, will care, will change. And if they don't, we'll have a bigger decision to make. But please, don't wait until your body collapses. Don't wait until your joy is gone. Don't wait until resentment poisons everything beautiful. Start now, with one small thing. Take a walk alone, read a book, walk the bathroom door, buy yourself flowers, write in a journal, talk to a friend, go to therapy, start a new hobby, say no without guilt. You don't need permission to take care of yourself. Let's be clear, marriage is not meant to be a prison. It's meant to be a partnership, and partnerships are built on mutual respect, not silent endurance. And women reclaim their voices, homes become healthier, children learn balance, partners learn appreciation, and women rediscover their joy. You are not selfish for wanting more. You are not difficult for speaking up. You are not broken for feeling tired. You are human. And you deserve to feel alive. So if you're watching this and thinking, that's me, let this be your wake-up call. Start small, but start. Thank you so much for watching this video. If Clara's story touched you, or if you have your own story to share, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Let's support one another in building homes where women don't disappear, but thrive. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And if you'd like to support this channel and help us continue creating videos that matter, consider becoming a member. You don't have to lose yourself to love someone else, and the more you value your own soul, the more love you have to give. Real, lasting, whole,